Hey there, future Matt. I just wanted to remind you how awesome all the lighting I put in this week was. Look at all this. Yeah, alright. Bright. I like bright. Bright is really nice. You know what I can do with bright? I can make videos. I can take pictures. Guests can take pictures. Guests can take video. You can actually see what you're working on. And more than that, I didn't just put in light. I put in power. There is now a power bar right here for my command station and all my little bits, and they're all controlled by a switch as you enter the room along with the lights. Which, by the way, there are 6 of, putting out enough power to shame New York. So let me give you a bit of a tour of the room now. At this point in time, things start at the west switch of Nelson, across the Tegum Bridge into Castlegar, Selgar, mocked up buildings. Oh yeah! Since this week Polyscale and Floquill and all the good paints were announced as discontinued, I decided to masking tape up my structures. They're just silly little mock-ups, but they really add a lot to a scene. Much like all the little touches I find that Adrian left behind. I don't think today went well, somehow. Heading up the hill, I painted the lower Arrow Lake. Made absolutely no progress on the bridge. And I'm just very happy with how I did the helix. What do you see, future Matt? I see the future and possibilities. Endless possibilities. From here the line shoots off, goes over shields, flies around the corner, over Far Creek, through a helix, and up to the summit at Farron. And by Farron, I mean a doorway. Around, down the other side, and this is where it will stop. Looking up, we can see some plywood that I've put in the ceiling, and that is how I'm going to hang my layout. I already hung myself off of this piece and jiggled up and down a fair bit, so I'm hoping that it will hold the layout properly. Over here we have just a ton of dimensional lumber ripped from 4x8 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood, and I can't wait to see how that works out. Now for the serious stuff. This week in Calgary, everything has gone to shit, and I mean everything. We've had the worst flood that we have ever had. I keep saying that it's unprecedented, and that's really the only word to describe it. The river rose many, many feet above where it's ever been before. Thursday as I left work, I visited a bunch of the areas that were being evacuated at the time. On Friday, work was cancelled. Downtown was evacuated. In fact, 26 communities in Calgary alone were evacuated. Most of southern Alberta was devastated by this flooding. On Sunday morning, I visited Bowness and Montgomery, 2 of the communities which were evacuated and hardest hit by the flooding. It just sucked. I was in these communities and some people just wanted you to leave them alone. Some people wanted to show you the devastation and have you take photos, and it was a very emotional scene. I helped out where I could, but most of the time I just tried to stay out of the way and take a few pictures to tell the story of people here. We're having some really good community support, but I hear the damage is between $3 and $5 billion. And that's just a guess. C-Train's out of commission. Downtown's still shut down as of Tuesday and is likely to continue so into the week. Personally, since I work downtown, I've been transferred to the Saddle Dome, which was flooded up to the 13th row. So that's what next week is going to bring. I'm going to be working 3 p.m. until 11 p.m. or midnight or something. Well, we'll see how much I can do. Personally, there are links in the description to my photo gallery from the flood and possibly a video that I made if I actually got around to uploading it. Future Matt, why don't you show us around and show us what the flood left? Tell us how the recovery went. Tell us whatever you want to. Now, if you're wondering about me, guys, I live on top of a hill. Everything's cool. But for a lot of people here, it's not. I'll tell you more later in the week. P.S. Do you know how hard it is to hold a big heavy camera like this and do a vlog without it just falling down? Oh no.